What is going on YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank you all so much for joining me for this being my Hot Topics and Social Commentary live 8 p.m. show. I'm so glad that you guys have decided to join us. Jennifer is in the back room, so she'll be coming in momentarily. Oh, there she goes. Can you hear me, Jennifer? Wonderful. So a couple things I want y'all to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big white subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. Takes less than a second to mash that thing, y'all. So go ahead and mash it for a brother. Be sure to leave a thumbs up for this video. Let me know you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out on my channel. Also, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the various topics we'll be discussing on tonight. Also, be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And last but not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. Jennifer, your smile just brings me so much joy. I just can't explain it. It just makes me so happy to see you smiling, girl. How are you feeling after your procedure on Tuesday?
I am. I'm feeling a lot better now. Tuesday, I was a wreck. It was horrible. I didn't have any regular ibuprofen, so I had to wait for. Yeah, I was just waiting for my prescription and stuff, and I
Mm-hmm.
fussed at Tyrone because he when it, I dropped off my prescription at the Publix, right, and
Uh-huh.
then you came straight home, and I told Tyrone, and I was upset. He made me get into bed because I guess that's what I like. So just
Oh,
let out,
okay.
go to sleep or something. But I wasn't sleepy. But he said, let out, and then the text message came saying that it was available, and I told him. And he got up with to go, and then he got on the phone, and then it felt like he was lollygagging, and then I got out of bed. It's like, what are you? I'm in pain.
But
But
you're better now.
yeah, but literally, wait, that was Tuesday. What's it? Oh, Wednesday. Literally on Wednesday, it was nothing like that. Even,
Awesome.
so I'm good. I'm not even on pain meds anymore. Just, waiting for these stitches to
To heal.
heal up in my mouth.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. I'm so ecstatic for you to no longer be in that space of pain and agony.
Agony.
Yes. Be sure you guys check out my reviews for Married to Medicine that I released on Tuesday, and also my review on RuPaul's Drag Race that I released on Wednesday. And be on the lookout tomorrow for my review on the third episode of Survivor. That will be coming out tomorrow, probably sometime before 12 p.m. So this week was a slow week for Hot Topics, so I'm not exactly sure how long this video is going to be, but let's go ahead and get into it. So Miss
Mm-hmm.
Tasha K had a crash out of sorts.
Ciao.
I believe Cardi B had her in court
Mm-hmm.
to recuperate some of her losses,
Recoup.
and yes, to recoup some of the money that she was awarded in her defamation lawsuit against Tasha K. Apparently, Tasha K had filed for bankruptcy. Some people were saying that Tasha was hiding her money, things of that nature. Cardi B is not getting off that ass, which I love because it's the principle. Cardi B don't need that money. That's just chump change for her. Cardi B wants to be sure that hoes are on notice.
And
Okay.
it costs her money to do this.
It does. It does. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's not as much to Cardi B as it would be for Tasha to keep having to go back to court to pay all these legal fees. But hey, Cardi B got the money, so she gonna go out until she got every single dime, every single
Even while
penny.
she's on tour making money.
Okay, she says no. I need that right there. I need that. And in the TikTok that Jennifer sent me, apparently Tasha K has started a GoFundMe.
Mhm.
I this is
First of all, for the fools that got her to $3,000.
right, right. Like I don't know too many people who actually watch Tasha K. No one in my life actually watches Tasha K, but apparently she has a big enough following to where she can continue to do her YouTube thing. Because I have seen her videos here and there. So she's still going at it, but Cardi B gonna get that money. And ain't no way. And I get why Tasha K is reacting the way that she is reacting because she don't want to give that money up, and she feels as though free speech is being is being villainized, whereas you can't just say anything as if it is fact without saying allegedly about anyone.
She was
Much
saying those things with her whole chest, Jonathan.
with her whole chest, not saying allegedly, not saying I'm assuming, not putting any quotations, not doing
Cardi B
anything.
had to put freaking medical records into the courts where we can all see what's going on with her.
Right. And so Tasha K is getting what she deserves, at least in my opinion. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a huge fan of Cardi B, but I'm saying that because if anyone wanted to say those things about me in public as if they were fact, I'm pressing charges too. I'm going to sue you for defamation as well. And so I don't see any way that that Tasha K will be able to get out of this. I even heard that Cardi had asked for just 1 million out of the 4 million, but Tasha K was able to squabble that opportunity to, bring down her judgment quite substantially because she don't know how to stop running her, as Jocelyn Hernandez would say, beef suckers. So, it is what it is.
But Jonathan, like this whole conversation, she says she's basically talking about, it takes me back to when Nicki Minaj was talking the freedom. She thinks she's like on some kind of holy war or whatever.
Right.
But the thing is that if free speech of all kind was truly free, there would be no such thing as a defamation lawsuit.
None whatsoever. If you could literally say anything you wanted to say about anyone you wanted to say it about, then it'd be a free-for-all everywhere. And that's why we have to edit ourselves. That's why we have to be legally sound to understand when we are in fact crossing the line. Because as many times as we've heard stories and rumors about different celebrities and things of that nature, you typically do not see these types of cases coming against those entities, such as Media Takeout. When I used to look at Media Takeout every single day,
I had to check it every day.
All the crazy stories that they would say. I never heard about anyone necessarily suing Media Takeout. I'm sure, although I'm sure it has happened before. But you really have to watch yourself when you are speaking on other people's Cardi B's personal life, not her public life, not speaking on her career and her stats and her the things that she you think that she should have been able to do, or whatever the case might be. You can't speak on someone's personal life in the way that you did. And I don't know every single thing that she said about Cardi B, but it must have been severe enough for Cardi B to feel as though she was being defamed by this woman. And I'm so glad that Cardi B's keeping her foot on her neck.
The biggest thing, the original biggest thing was an accusation of her health and disease.
Right. Yeah.
That accusation, and I think what makes it worse is that she kept on talking about it, like it was a nonstop situation, and everybody has their breaking point,
right?
And eventually, we're going to have to get that behind. But what boggles my mind really is Tasha K and her thought process. It's like there's a level of mental instability that's going on right there, which is concerning unto me personally. Like I did, like the way she was yelling, I heard that snippet of what she was saying, but and like telling her, she said, "I'm going to use God to come at you." I'm like, hold up. Oh, she ain't a lover of Jesus Christ, not my Jesus.
No, she said she told God, and the first word out of her mouth was an expletive. Now, that's not to say that you can't curse at God, because that just ain't the way that I talk to God. You know what I'm saying? There might be a curse word.
Reverence.
There may be a curse word sprinkle in there, not against him, of course, but maybe about my situation or whatever the case might be. Like, I'm tired of this shit, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But to demand that God do something in your favor, when I love when Judge Judy says you can't come to court if you don't have clean hands. If you don't have clean hands, then why would the Lord send his angels, send his army, send his cohorts on your behalf when you doing dirty to begin with.
And,
That's an issue.
and you know what's even crazier, Jonathan? For people that know how prayer works,
Come on.
I don't think that her and maybe other people understand that she's lumping coals
Right.
on herself.
Absolutely.
So
And I liken what Tasha K said to those who pray damnation and pray harm to
yeah,
others. I see those things in sort of type of the same
the
vein.
same vein. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Even though she wasn't saying, I hope Cardi B dies or I hope something bad happens to her, but she's saying, God, I hope you turn this thing around for me against her. Like this,
With
what
dirty hands.
it's dirty hands. That's it. Like, if you ain't got nothing to worry about, you might pray that God sees you through this thing, but not that God turns it around in a way that is nefarious. Whereas, something, it just don't make no sense. And as you said, Jennifer, I can't say that I'm worried about Tasha K's mental health because I really don't give a
Oh, I'm not
damn
worried.
about Tasha K's health. But
I fear that
but right, I fear that something, and I think I've noticed that watching
mhm,
some of her videos. I don't think she's all there either, and I guess it can be concerning to see, for sure.
because you know I would hope that somebody will be rational enough in their life
Hmm.
to understand. You know what? You got to know when to hold them
That's it. That's it. Come on, Kenny Rogers.
and know when to fold them.
I would
And
not know that song if I did not purchase all of Monique's stand-ups because that was one of her jokes, one of her stand-ups. You got to know where to hold up. Go ahead.
but the thing is, Jonathan, is that she could have walked away without having to pay a dime other than legal fees. No, no. She could have walked away without having to pay one dime if she would have just taken one or two videos down
Wow. Wow.
because they were nice enough to ask her first.
Wow. Wow. I didn't even know
And
that.
then they were nice enough to ask her during the trial.
Wow.
Then they, and I personally believe she still they would not have been putting pedal to the metal
Hmm.
if she had stopped talking about her altogether.
Right.
But she still got that young lady name in her mouth.
Mm.
So what makes you think that she's not going to turn up even while she's on tour right now, making
Right.
making the millions that you won't have to pay her?
Right. And it's sold out. The tour is sold out, completely sold out. That's it.
So yeah, this that whole situation, I would catch a few things from Cardi B. I was there when she was talking about all that stuff with Cardi B.
Hmm.
Did I believe it? No, but I
Mm-mm.
thought this is just some really salacious stuff, and it's like, that's going down the road that I don't like,
Right.
and that's actually part of the reason why I just stopped. I unfollowed. I just don't watch anything from her,
Right.
and if I do watch anything from her, it's from somebody else's platform
Right.
posting her stuff,
Because she
and
ain't
I
getting
make
my
sure of
views.
that. You ain't getting my coins.
Right.
Okay, she's blocked for me. Okay,
Exactly.
I'm gonna watch everybody else watch. Anyway, um, hi, Miss Kim. She
Good
says, "Hey,
evening, Miss
JJ,
Kim. So glad that you're here, my love.
your blessings." TD McCullum is here. Mr. Unveiled Vibrations himself. He says, "Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Hey."
Tyrone.
He says, "Hey to Miss Kim, Lady Virgo."
Hey, Lady Virgo.
She says, "Good evening, everyone. Good evening unto you as well." Miss Kim says, "When a person is online angrily screaming and foaming at the mouth the way Tasha K was, trust they are bothered. Tasha is shook."
For real, for real.
That's
And
what we know.
and I think that's the way someone reacts when they see their livelihood just slipping through their hands.
All she had to do was shut up.
all that's all she had to do, and she refuses to do it.
But she needs a backhand, like, shut up. But apparently
Very
Cardi B has to be
salty.
that backhand.
Okay, and she has been and forever will be. Okay.
Who child? Unveil Vibration says hello to Lady Virgo. Lady Virgo says hello to Prophetic Fire Reiki. Judas speaks. Unveil Vibrations and Miss Kim. Hey, hey. Hello. Much love unto you.
Hey, Lady Virgo.
Miss Kim says Armand Wiggins dragged Tasha K over the meadow and through the woods. It was a nasty read. And yes, I saw clips of him gathering, though I might not always be here for Armand Wiggins, he do be having his moments, and I can declare this is one of those moments. Even though he might not be the biggest fan of Cardi B, Tasha K is still acting a fool, and he gathered her. Miss Kim says hey to Tyrone and Lady Virgo. Lady Virgo says, yes, yes, that read from Armand was epic. It was. It was. That woman is concerning. Miss Kim says, if I was red like that, you would never see me again.
Okay.
Okay. I'd be in the shadows. Okay.
Permanent hiatus. Okay.
Okay. Not on threads or whatever, fussing and cussing because you just want somebody to hear you fussing and cussing about the fact that somebody's trying to get their money out you.
Mm-hmm.
Get their money out you. Whew. Ain't it wonderful to see the things are done in court?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's the most civil way we can handle discrepancies or issues of a legal nature.
I mean, she could come at her with a pew pew and say, you know what, give me what's mine. But no, she has to spend money and her time in the courthouse.
Because she got that in her. You know she got it in her. She's not the one.
Okay. And then on top of that, Jonathan, the courts have opportunities to gather her money, whatever they can find. They thought, Tasha thought she had one up on them when all of her bank accounts had like $35 and $100, and they took that. Oh, they're gonna find the rest. I'm sure they're gonna be out there in Africa everywhere, getting that money.
And I want to see the legalese or legality of that bankruptcy that she had, because.
And I think that's part of the stuff that's really pissing her off, because apparently before they weren't doing the forensic stuff into her
finances.
Her finances.
Okay.
But I think that's why she's so messed up right now, because she has to show proof of everything now.
Right. Cardi B got you, girl. She got you, honey.
Unveil Vibration says, I hope they add some more dates to the tour. Yeah. And shoot, other countries are trying to get her now too. Dustin's here, y'all.
Hey, Dustin.
Unveil Vibration says, hold up, pause for the cause, hit the like button, share button, subscribe button, and keep those comments coming. Thank you. And he said hello to Dustin. There we have it.
So I just want to hit this and quit this. I know Jennifer probably doesn't want to speak on it, but I do want to speak on what's going on in Iran. Just really quickly. So there was an investigation done by the military to see who was it that attacked, because I don't know if I can say the B-O-M-B word, that attacked a girls' school in Iran where over 170 people lost their lives. Initially, Trump blamed it on Iran, saying that they might have had one of those. I can't remember what kind of missile they called it. But he stated that it could have been Iran, and Donald Trump was the only one saying that, because the Department of Defense head Pete Hegseth didn't say anything about who it might have been, but. An investigation was done, and it was shown to be America who actually attacked that school. It was an all-girls school. Over 170 people lost their lives during that attack. And when Donald Trump was asked about it at the White House, he said, "Oh, I know nothing about that." And he's also had the nerve to call these attacks excursions. He doesn't want to call
Child.
it a war. He said, "Oh, this ain't no excursion. This ain't no excursion like swimming with the dolphins or hiking or zip lining. This ain't no excursion." I don't know why he couldn't find a better word. If you don't want to use war, I'm sure there are other words besides excursion, because excursion is said to me, that sounds like fun. That sounds like we're gonna have a good time. But these attacks on Iran are not excursions, Mr. President. So, and there's also been threats that, someone was going to attack California. I don't know exactly how valid that is, but it's crazy. And there are a whole lot of Republicans who are speaking up against Trump because of these attacks. And they're literally talking as though we are in war right now. I don't know if, I guess I could call it a war, but I don't know what the actual definition of a war is. So I don't know, but that's what it feels like, a war to me. It really does feel like a
But
war to
they just
me.
don't want to say it, Jonathan.
Of course they don't want to
Because
say
that's what
it.
they ran on. That's why. That's what their base is saying. Well, it's just some attacks. You know what I'm saying? It's not a war because they said they wouldn't have any wars. He said, no, it's okay to call it what it is, Jonathan. You know exactly what it is.
Yeah, it is a war because they're doing warlike things,
Okay, because
I'm reminded of that ludicrous classic song, "Use a hoe." You got hoe-like tendencies. You got hoes are your friends, hoes are your enemies.
that's what they are.
Yeah, if it walks like a war and talks like a war, it's a war.
That's what we're looking at, and I would never call it anything less.
And then talking about the fact that, there may be other casualties. That's what happens in war. Like, he's sending
That's
your sons and your
disgusting.
daughters into the battlefield for what? For what?
I'd
And
be
they're
okay with my child going on AWOL.
okay. And it's like he doesn't care. I know I spoke on Unveiled Vibrations Live, I think 2 weeks ago, when he was talking about this type of thing. And I said that they just see those in the military as what is
Disposable.
as disposable, and as what is it? It was right on the tip of my tongue. Casualties of war.
Mm.
They're just casualties. No. These are people's lives that they are losing. 8 as of now, we're up to 8 military people from America who have lost their lives due to this stupid thing that they're doing. Like, what did Iran do to us to make us attack them like that? Like, they said that there was an imminent threat. Do you not think that we would know about an imminent threat if there was one? Because I haven't heard of one whatsoever. But they can't excuse the unexcusable.
Well, what I do like is that when Iran speaks, they ain't talking about the Black Americans.
No.
They know that we ain't on that. We never wanted smoke.
Right. We never did.
The Black Americans never wanted it. Never was interested in it. And I hate that it's happening. But I'm telling you, I've seen people send out the coordinates to Mar-a-Lago and the White House.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is right there. Like, it's open for
They accept deliveries.
The only thing about
gosh, stop. Ooh.
The only thing about that is, I know there are innocent people who work in the White House who maybe, who watching the residents. I'm led to believe that there are many people who work at the White House for any president for years and years and years. It doesn't mean that they support the president. They just need a job. And so I would hate for anything to happen to them. But, just go for Trump. Just go for Trump. And then that other TikTok, and then I'll move on, Jennifer, that you sent me, of this woman who visited a foreign country. Was what was it, Ireland or something like that she visited, and she was asked,
girl,
are you American? And then he asked, who did you vote for? Because what was happening from America was all over the TV screens. They see us, and
they tell more to them than they tell us, of course.
Right. And it's like she didn't want to answer the question of who she wanted to vote for. Isn't it so sad that if someone asks you who you vote for and you feel like you don't feel safe enough to answer the question truthfully, like if you can't not tell the whole world, but if you feel uncomfortable letting someone know who you voted for, that's an issue. That really is a big issue. And you need to rethink your thought processes while you're going into that voting booth. Jennifer, do you have any more comments before we move on to comments?
Yeah, that whole thing with that Caucasian woman going to Ireland, Caucasian American going to Ireland and basically feeling away like as if she's being discriminated against, which she is, but
Rightfully
okay.
so.
But it's like, okay, welcome to our world. Like, just
Right.
take it, keep it pushing, right? And then what I find hilarious, you would think that somebody in that position, in that environment, would at least lie a little. But no, you stand that much 10 toes down on who you went for, but you're still aware that I need to keep my mouth shut so I won't look crazy.
Right.
But you still end up looking crazy because you ain't say nothing.
Right. Because there's only one answer or another, unless there was some independence on that ballot that I don't remember seeing.
But even if you did that, even if you voted for Jill Stein, you still part of the problem.
Right. Exactly.
So I had to send that to you because people crazy.
They are. Because
people the caucasity. That's what I have.
Caucasity.
Just like standing in something and then like, well, why don't you like my? It's like she's saying, why don't you like my choice? And we over here looking at TV, seeing what your choice was, and trying to figure out what you know what I'm saying?
Trying to figure out why you have the audacity to ask that question.
Yeah, and in the videos, she did. Oh, the only thing did you look at those comments?
I didn't look at the comments. No.
I implore you on all the videos like that. Look at the comments, and to be honest, most of the time the comments that make videos even funnier. So I implore you, look at them comments every time, even whether I tell you to look at them or not. I promise you, look at the comments. But in those comments, one of the main things, well, who did you vote for?
Right, exactly.
If you feel this way, you know what I'm saying. Getting comments from people outside of the situation always kind of gives you a view of how the rest of the world is looking at this.
Right.
So, or whatever video we're talking about at the moment. But Tyrone says tomahawk packages. I use packages.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that, Tyrone. I believe only 3 countries have access to those tomahawk weapons. So yeah.
Jesus. Miss Kim said those poor little girls, they didn't deserve to be unalive. So tragically, this has been a botched operation ran by a crew of inexperienced clowns. I agree wholeheartedly. And if y'all want to have more talk about this cool kind of stuff, Unveil Vibrations, y'all, he dived right into them things.
He talked about it for almost 2 hours last night.
Okay, he that's what he be doing. Okay, he's here for it. Right. And once again, I'm so happy that he has his own thing so he could talk about all this stuff. From the 3 of us, you're going to get what you need. Miss Kim says it's definitely a war. Agreed.
For sure.
Lady Virgo says, hey to Dustin. Unveil Vibration says it's more U.S. death than they're reporting, and I believe it. That burnt Cheez-It wore one of his new hats while they received the bodies from the fallen soldiers that returned today.
Yeah, he didn't remove his hat. He wasn't doing the things that presidents are supposed to do. It was I got that from The View. I watch clips from The View every day. Because I really do love their viewpoints. And I'm so glad that Cheryl Underwood is the guest host this week. I never thought that they'd have someone from The Talk on The View, but apparently there were no issues with that whatsoever. So shout out to Cheryl Underwood.
Well, the Talk ain't talking, ain't it?
No, the Talk got canceled like over a year ago. Yeah.
Ain't no issue.
Yeah, ain't no cross-pollination going on up in here. Yeah, so that's all I have to say about what's going on in Iran. And I just hope that I'm praying for the least amount of casualties on both sides as possible, because once again, I don't get why they are doing what they're doing. I'm
praying for justice.
For sure. So next up on the list, we have, I was going to say an unknown rapper. He's not an unknown rapper, but I don't know, not one song that he has released. Papoose. Papoose has jumped onto the 50 Cent hate train. I now I only have surface level information on this and the fact that he put out a diss on 50 Cent. I don't know what caused it. I don't know of any issues that the two have had. 50 Cent had a rebuttal for it, saying that how could you be a rapper when you ain't got one hit to your name, which he does not have one hit to his name. Now he was on the Touch It remix with Busta Rhymes. I did enjoy his verse on that, but that's the only music I know that he is even associated with, and that's just all there is to it. So I don't know if Papoose is doing this for clout. I don't know if he's doing this because he found an opportunity. Oh, everyone's getting on 50 Cent, so let me try to do it too. And so maybe that'll get my name up there. And if that is the case, then that is a very smart thing to do because it's got people saying your name. It's got people, hearing your music for once, I guess. So I don't know. I don't know why he's decided to do this. It's crazy to me that he decided to do it. I can't think of any other reason besides him wanting the clout and wanting the recognition of being one of the many that have come for 50 Cent. I don't know what he plans to get out of this. It's just confusing to me. It's just confusing to me. Jennifer, do you have any other information as to why Papoose might have done this, or if there is some type of beef between them? Because I don't know of anything that's going on between Papoose and 50 Cent.
Charlie, nobody think about Papoose.
Okay.
Child. I believe ever since he got with that girl, and you can see how controlling he is and all that stuff, his stock done plummeted, honey.
Yeah.
Plummeted. I can take people, leaving and getting out of a marriage and stuff. That's okay. That's but the way that he went about it, and it's weird. It's weird. The way that he let that his woman Clarice, I think that's her name,
Clarissa Shields.
Clarissa, thank you. How he let her, speak on Remy and all that stuff. Like, I don't like how that's going. Any of that. Yeah. So my respect for him is at a minimum at this point. I didn't know he put out a 50 Cent disc.
He did.
Child. Let everybody else have it, okay? I'm sorry.
Right.
Like we don't care. Does he even have an album out? Like,
not that I know of.
You know what I'm saying? It's like he's concentrating on keeping women and not putting out music.
That's what it seems like to me as well. I'd have to agree.
It's weird. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be, he's very talented with I can give him that. Very talented with the freestyles and all that stuff. He's talented in that way. But you would think he'd have his own music.
Yeah. Can't name one song, one Papoose song. Not
a song. And child, when it come to remix, all I know is just random niggas be on the song, and I ain't paying no attention to any of that. So
right, yeah, it is what it is. Any comments before we move forward, Genesita?
Yeah, Miss Kim says he doesn't know protocol or have an ounce of decorum. Not an ounce. It's like you wonder why people just feel like, oh, that's a president every time they see Barack Obama.
Right, because he walks like it, he talks like it. Child.
Acts like it.
Acts like it.
Although Vibration says Busta wants to do a versus against T.I. Let's go. What you think about that, Jonathan?
That makes no sense to me whatsoever. When I hear verses, I hear artists that are somewhat alike, like Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight, Brandy and Monica, SWV and Escape. You know what I'm saying?
So who would go with T.I. then?
I wouldn't mind a T.I. and Ludacris versus. I think they're somewhat in the same vein, although their music doesn't sound anything alike.
It doesn't have to sound alike. It's right. Just going hit for hit.
That's the closest to me. Would be Ludacris for T.I.
I'd rather have not rather, but T.I. was going to try to do a versus with 50.
Yeah, he did.
They were trying to do that. And then when Busta said, how about I go against T.I., I was like, oh, okay, so that would be better than 50.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, but Busta would win it hands down, at least for me. I'm
No,
more of a fan of
T.I. would get
Busta's
it, and I'll
music.
tell it's the hits,
Okay.
the
Okay.
level of hits, because
Gotcha.
though Busta have like a song with Mariah Carey, a song with Janet Jackson, and he has the features that he's been on, because he has some amazing features,
For
right?
sure. For sure.
And he had his great run with the Flipbone Squad and all that stuff. Um, Ti has the same though with the Grand Hustle. Um, the first song that come upon my lips is "Money, Hoes, Cars, and Clothes." That's how all my niggas roll.
I thought she was gonna say shoulder lean, shoulder
That's not
lean.
him.
I know, but he was signed to T.I.'s record company, was he not?
I don't think so. That's Dro. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Young Dro.
Grand
Because I
Hustle.
saw him on an interview with T.I. on the Breakfast Club. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think he is his artist. Yeah.
yeah. But I don't know. I think I would lean more towards Ti. But then again, I'd like to see that back and forth. Either way, it'd be better than him and 50.
Yeah. I agree. I agree for sure.
Miss Kim said, I've only heard two Papoose features. He did his thing on both songs. Yes, he's very talented.
He is, for sure.
But I think you need to maybe he don't want to pay for studio time. You
Maybe.
need to put out an EP or something. Does
I
he have
don't know.
EPs out? See, now I need to do my homework.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that homework, girl, I just have to
Oh wait,
mention.
hold on. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Last one. Miss Kim says Ti and Luda make the most sense. I do agree. Tip can't go up against a East Coast rapper. Their styles are too different. A whole different flow. It won't
Yeah.
work. Okay.
That's
I
what I'm
hear you.
saying. Thank you so
I
much
hear you.
for saying that, Miss Kim.
Okay, you can go ahead.
So I just wanted to say really quickly, I did watch the Scary Movie 6 trailer. I thought it looked great. I love that the first scene was a woman being attacked on the train, and someone said he attacked that woman, and she said he attacked her, and she said no, them. My pronouns are they and them. Like I loved that joke. When I saw Ray at the church and in the outfit that he was wearing, I did not connect the dots that he was wearing the same thing that Andrew Caldwell wore when he had his "I'm not gay no more, I am delivered." So I would be happy to see that. Now Shannon
This is the
Elizabeth.
Wayans.
Right now, Shannon Elizabeth, who played Buffy in the first Scary Movie, is not in this one. And some people, had some stuff to say about that. She did an interview and said, I wanted to be in it, but they didn't call me. And Marlon came out and said there were so many people in the Scary Movie franchise, we couldn't bring everyone back, but maybe somewhere down the line. But I am so excited to see the new Scary Movie. Jennifer, did you see the trailer and what were your thoughts? And are you excited? I don't even know when it comes out.
To
When is
be
it coming out?
honest, I didn't look at the trailer all the way. I've only seen small clips.
Why?
No, I refuse. I want to be totally surprised.
Wow.
I don't want to
Okay.
know what's going on. This is such a major thing for me. I love the Wayans deeply. And I'm certainly excited. I'm certainly excited. All I need to see was that little clip of it. I'm not gay no more. That's all I need. That's all I need. Because Wayans, they're kind of comedy. I do agree. It's something that we need right now. I agree with what's his face, Marlon. He mentioned that recently, so I'm super excited to see this.
For sure. For sure.
I have horrible news, Jonathan.
What?
I have horrible news.
What's going on?
So, with all that talk that we were talking about with Papoose, first of all, when I Google Papoose, the only thing that you really see about this man is who he's with.
Wow.
Who he's with. People ask, who is Papoose' girlfriend's name? How many biological kids does Papoose have?
Mm,
What happened between Remy and Papoose? How does Papoose make money?
nothing pertaining to his music.
Because we all trying to figure that out. I know it ain't no
Right.
music.
But it
And when
sounds
I
like a lot
looked
of
at
people are
it,
asking who he is, though.
the Genius, well, that area on there, it says Papoose album discography. Guess how many albums he got?
5.
43.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
And
Wow.
I looked,
They're
he
there.
in the studio.
Okay.
Apparently nobody cares.
Hmm.
Um, Miss Kim says I saw the trailer for Devil Wears Prada 2. I can't wait to see it.
I
When
saw that one as well. I did.
it's gonna be it's gonna be amazing. I'm
Yeah.
excited about that as well. Unveiled Vibration says there's only one that comes close to Ti's influence on an era beside out on an era outside of Lil Wayne in the early 2000 2010s.
I was going to mention Little Wayne against T.I. as well, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
You saw that versus who did Lil Wayne do the verses with?
I can't remember. I know it was I can't remember.
I'm
I
gonna
know
find
Cash
out.
Money. I know Cash Money and No Limit did a verses, but I can't remember who Little Wayne did a verses against. I don't remember him doing a verses, to be honest. Yeah,
Oh, he didn't do one. I don't
yeah.
see.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did. But
Hmm.
anyways, so this is another subject that I don't have that much information on, but it's been all over the shade room and all over everywhere on the internet. So Dwight Howard has filed from divorce from Amy Luciani.
Oh
Um,
Jesus.
she called the authorities on Dwight Howard, saying that she had been locked out of their mansion or home or whatever the case might be. She released a video in her car where she was where she was talking about her issues with Mr. Dwight Howard and uh, going through her woes and things of that nature. She proceeded to produce a bag of illicit substances, and then she
Alleged illicit substances.
alleged illicit
Because it
substances.
could have
Thank you,
been flour.
Right, yeah, that's what it looked like. It had the look of flour, a white powdery substance of sorts, and then she took out a cylinder, which looked like a rock or two of sorts, and some people were alleging that she took a bump or two. She did do one of these, and rubbed on her nose a little bit after she had handled the alleged illicit substances, and she was saying that she recorded Dwight coaching his son, her stepson, to speak to the authorities against Miss Luciani. And I'm like, why would you sit there or stand there and watch him do this, record him do this? Why, who does that if they're coaching their son to speak up against you like that? This whole video made me feel like maybe her elevator don't go all the way up. Maybe something
Maybe.
is amiss. Maybe something. Maybe I see the reason why he might have married you, young lady, because it's very obvious that you seem to be naive. You seem to be unaware.
Well,
But then again, at the same time as you're talking as if you are very aware of what's going on. So why would you have married him? Because you said that everybody was telling you to leave. Everybody was telling you to leave him, but he wanted to stay for sickness with in sickness and in health. Me personally, I've never really paid that much attention to Dwight Howard's love life. The only one that I know of is Royce Reed, who was on the first couple of seasons of Basketball Wives, whom I love. Royce Reed did an interview with Carlos King, saying that she's been talked about this a long, 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 long time ago, but
of
y'all want to
course.
act like I didn't say what I said when I said what I said. So shout out to Royce Reed, girl. I'm forever rooting for you. I've always loved her personality, and I always loved that she went up against the likes of Shawnee and Evelyn and Jennifer. I've always loved that dynamic going on. That was amazing
Some people
reality
still like her to
TV.
this day.
Right, exactly. So I love me some Royce Reed. But anyways, and so I've never, been interested in Dwight Howard's love life, but I've never seen him with a partner that he seems to be in love with per se. You know what I'm saying? Like a Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, or possibly LeBron James and Savannah. Different couples like that where you can see the love between the two. But I've never seen Dwight Howard with a woman that he seemed to be overly head over heels in love with. Now, there are rumors about Dwight Howard's sexuality out there. I wouldn't be mad at it if that was true. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Alexander Rogers referred to him as a high booty basketball player, which, I mean, he's right about that. You know what I'm saying?
Because is he lying?
He sure ain't, Jennifer. He sure ain't. I know he ain't. I know that he ain't lied about that, child. But anyway, so I'd welcome him with open arms. But it is what it is. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with him. But
no, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't allow that.
I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. But I would just.
We gonna get you taking cocaine.
But yeah, like it just Miss Luciani's video just makes her look a little crazy. It makes her look like
Unhinged.
She ain't a grown woman. Like she ain't got no good sense. So I'm going to pray for her. I hope she gets better. I hope she gets well. I understand her frustrations, but you signed up for this. You literally signed up for this.
Happily.
You literally voluntarily stepped into this rich man's life. And what did you think you were going to do? Who did you think you were going to be to him? Like, did you really think you were in love with this man? Apparently she did. I don't know. Jennifer, what are your thoughts on this whole story, the video? Do you think that she actually partook in said alleged substances?
Well, the way she was acting, it seemed like she might have, but that's
might have
only
been
alleging.
Under the influence while recording the video.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I don't know, but let me tell you something. A lot of people, I believe there's 2, if not more, ways of learning in life. Either you learn from people's mistakes, or you learn by falling down and busting your knee and hurting yourself. And sometimes when it comes to love and stuff, it's kind of hard to see everybody else's experience of a person when you feel like you've had a genuine experience with someone.
Right.
I believe she did. Well, having a drug addiction, that's certainly something that she apparently looked over.
Right.
An addiction to the point where she has a big old hunky-dory Ziploc bag and feel free to like it's regular life.
And that takes out
that they can arrest you for possession right now with intent to distribute.
And that TikToker you sent me said it looked like that bag was full at some point. You know what I'm saying? Because there was residue all the way up to the top, all the way up to the
brim.
To the brim.
And you that out of it to not even try to protect yourself? What in the world?
Don't make no sense.
I hate it for her, but let's be real. It gets kind of difficult for me to care when you put yourself in these positions. He didn't wake up yesterday with a big old brick of cocaine, okay? That didn't just happen overnight. That wasn't just delivered by DoorDash yesterday and you surprised by it. Oh no, he's been doing this. No, you've been living with that. Even before you got married, you know what he was doing.
Are you alleging that she knew of his drug use before she married him?
Absolutely. For all we know, he was ha while they were getting married. Come on now.
Right.
Come on. Some people, that's the only way they function.
Yeah.
And then he's not playing basketball anymore, is he?
He's not. He's retired,
right?
Yes, he is.
Child, that's all he got time to do is take drugs and live.
I don't know what them
whoever
kids
he
doing.
want to and live life. Are you freaking kidding me?
Child.
And then, like, for people to say, well, y'all, I'm trying to figure out who wasn't on Royce's side. Maybe they need to speak directly to Evelyn and them. Y'all tell them to apologize, because with Royce, they never had to apologize with me.
Right. Yeah.
And
Royce is a woman who clearly has sense about herself. You know what I'm saying? She's a grown ass woman, and I've always loved the way that she's presented herself to us, because Royce has no reason to lie at all. She has zero reason to lie. She gains nothing by lying at all. So Shout out to Royce Reed. Maybe I need to follow her on
Child,
Instagram.
yeah. Now her energy is a little bit much for me, which is why I wouldn't follow her. But I'm here for her though. I don't need that all the time, but yeah. But yeah, it makes it difficult for me to care because this is what you was waking up in the morning to. This is what I'm saying. This is
Mhm.
what you've been dealing with all this time, and now you're surprised you got a child taken away
Yeah.
because of what's going on in your house. Well, these are the dangers that you've been living with allegedly for all this time. Well, why are we
Mhm.
surprised? Why did you not create circumstances to where you'd be able to protect yourself?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, because you were thinking with the heart, hoping that you could change somebody, hoping you could be somebody's rehab. That's a horrible thing that us as women, and unfortunately, I feel like it's a lot heavier on Black women sometimes because we just have that thing in our genes to take care.
Because I feel like she does love him. Like I feel like she does
Oh,
care for
absolutely.
him for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But the
And it's a
thing that
big
I
but.
love about how God created us,
Mhm.
though we can't help who we fall in love with, we have a brain
Mhm.
that can see the signs. Whether we choose to acknowledge those signs or not, that's up to us.
Right.
But she saw the signs and chose to ignore it because it's easier being with a rich man
So
and
much
that she
easier.
loved.
Like if you're gonna do that, just fall in line, girl. Just fall in line. Act like you know what you're
But but
supposed to be doing.
but the problem is she should have just been smart about it.
Mm.
Be smart about it. Be smart about it. Mm. She could have had some way just to get herself a little apartment, you know.
Come on, Funky Dineva. I heard that.
Try to do something, but God bless her. But I think she's no better. She might not be any better than him, to be honest with you. How'd she
Doesn't
get out
seem
the
like
house
it.
with that big old bag? That's what I want to know.
Because I think a true drug addict would not allow that to happen. You got my drugs? Where you think you going with my bag? Where you
Consider
think
how
you
much
go?
money that is. Once again, that bag was filled to the brim.
To the brim.
Okay.
Child. Girl, we got any comments before we get up out of here, girl?
Tyrone says Wayne said he's too booked to do a verses.
If you say so.
That's the answer, Jonathan. Thank you. It's really sweet. If you say so.
Sure.
Yeah. Recently I saw this white girl. She went to a HBCU and she said
Oh,
it took her a very long time to realize that black sarcasm is different from white sarcasm.
absolutely. Absolutely. For sure.
And us just doing that if you say so. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all you. All you. You
Uh,
got it. You got it. You got it.
Somebody used the example like in the comments once again, get in them comments.
Mhm.
Somebody said, "You like it, I love it," and she had to respond to that was like, "Yeah, like I didn't realize." But anyway,
Because we don't mean that.
you should no, really no. Miss Kim says, "You have to see and don't see what you see to say with a man like Dwight. You have to see and don't
Mhm.
see what you see to stay with a man like Dwight."
You have to see and don't see what you see. That's it, Miss Kim. Fall in line. Do what you're supposed to
If you
do.
but see, she led with love,
She did. And that's
not with this.
yeah, and you can't do that.
She led with love, not with this.
And that's sweet. That's really sweet
It
in a
really is, but
regular
it's not
type of
smart.
relationship, in a regular type of situation. But this ain't no regular everyday man, girl. This ain't no regular everyday man. So,
And it is alleged, but I'm wholly okay. I believe wholly that he likes his share of men's.
it would not surprise me at all. And I have nothing against that. I have absolutely nothing against that. He honestly looks like a gay porn star to me. To me, he just does. He just has that look about him. He does.
Yeah.
And anyway, Jennifer, before we get out of here, why don't you share with the good old folks at home your social media contacts real quick? Can you find it? Because it looks like you were looking for it.
I was. Anyway. Prefer Reiki, that's me. See me on Mondays. I may not feel like it. I may not know what to talk about, but I'm gonna be here every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's all.
Wonderful. Join us every Saturday morning at 10-ish a.m. with Faithful Warrior Ministries. Look us up on YouTube, type in Faithful Warrior Ministries. You will be able to find us lickety split. We go live every Saturday morning at 10-ish a.m. You like that?
We do pop up fast.
Well, oh, we do. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if you just search it, it pops up real. It's we up there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So it's real easy to find us. Like I said, lickety split. You can find us on YouTube. We go live every Saturday morning at 10-ish a.m. We read a devotional. We have a little bit of chitter chatter. And we also, of course, pray. So if you're familiar with prayer, or even if you're not familiar with prayer, just join us for a good old time. We won't take up too much of your time. It's always a great time with us on Faithful Warrior Ministries. You guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. My Cash App is $JonathanLee07. That's $JonatanLee07. Once again, be on the lookout for my Survivor review tomorrow. I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so it might not be out by 12, but it should be out by the end of the day. So be sure to be on the lookout for my Survivor review. That's a tongue twister. Survivor review tomorrow. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Make sure you join me on Monday nights at 6 p.m. for my live 90-Day Fiancé review with Dustin Butler. And also join us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces for another live Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. Once again, thank y'all so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. See y'all later. Bye. Have a good night.
Bye.
And bundle up because